Good morning, folks. Today's soap is brought to us from Venus Artisan Accoutrements. This one here is, the scent is the Lavender Bay, United States Navy Goat. United States Navy Goat, this is after Don the Navy Goat. This goes back to Google Plus days when he was active there. And the soap comes with the inner lid. And this is what it looks like here. In other words, this soap has a little bit of history to it in that it was not only made for Don the Navy Goat, but also for the Seabird's soap commander. Their son had been in a really bad car accident, but that's where that came from, that hashtag there. This yeah, like I said, this soap's got quite a bit of history behind it, so I was very lucky at that time. What had happened was I was at work and got the notification across my computer that this was a limited run series at the time, and the proceeds were going to go to help Seabird's son out with the the hospital bills. You know how hospital bills can be in a really bad car accident. So anyway, I was very fortunate just to be at my computer at the time, saw the notification come across my computer. It's my very first one on a limited run series where I was able to jump in, buy it, and so quite so happy. So this one here, in case you might say, means a lot to me in different ways. But this one here, this soap I really do like. I like this scent. As it goes for aftershaves, in the past, I've used lavender. Violet is another one that comes across my mind that to me plays well with this one here. It's a bay scent, so yesterday when I was looking at setting this one up, I was also thinking about Pomegranate Bay, but also really gives me an excuse to use Clubman's Bay Rum. I really like this Bay Rum. It is really nice. It just, for me, gives me in my mind, it gives me a reason to use the Bay Rum. I really like this. This Clubman's Bay Rum is one of my favorites. The other one would be Colonel Conk's. That Bay Rum is it's different. It's unique. It's not like anything else I've smelled in the way of a Bay Rum, and I'll use it one of these days here pretty soon. I've already put a hot towel to the face this morning, and still using the Proraso Preshave. Got the usual suspects over here, and that I've got the Crown King Alum Block complete with rubber band this morning, and still using the Quinn's Witch Hazel that's rose scented. And just in case I don't forget, from time to time I do this off the camera, so it's listed down below, but this is this Shaven Sailor beard oil that I've been using on my beard here. Was using a beard butter, but switching over to oil. I do that kind of seasonal type thing for me. I've got it whipped up here, still using the Semogue. If I remember right, these model numbers, I get them all mixed up. I think it's actually 1470. I think I said 1270. It might be the other way around. I get them confused. Anyway, that's what the bottom of the brush looks like. Whipped up pretty nice. It's got a boar knot in it. Smells great. This is what it looks like in the bowl. It worked out pretty good this morning. It's not necessarily drippy wet or anything. It's fairly thick. Been experimenting with different, I guess you might say, thicknesses. It's been a while since I've done that. Usually something like this, it's very wet, drippy. That's what I usually use. But this time, I decided to try one more stab at using a different kind of lather and see how it works for me. See if anything's changed over time. Don't think so, though. Here's the shaver I'm going to be using today. This is the one I used yesterday, and the edge wasn't quite where it needed to be, so I took it to the strop, used a paste, and I'm hoping that maybe I improved it just a bit. That's what it looks like, in case you missed the video from yesterday. Scales looks like original, maybe, but looks like it has been repinned with the way this these pins look. Outside of what it says right there, Solingen, I don't have any other information. I think it was referred to as a 6/8. It looks pretty close to a full hollow, maybe. Can't hardly tell the difference between 3/4 and full for me. Excuse me. Go ahead and wet the face here. Get started. If the shave doesn't go well, I have a single edge gem razor that I'll be using as a contour. I can't remember which one, if it's a 1 or a 2. There's 2 different versions. This one here I've got set up is the push button one. Alright, we're going to see how this works out. I think today, depending on how this edge is, if it doesn't get much better than yesterday, I think I am just going to go ahead and switch over to the single edge shaver. It was removing hair yesterday, but it was not exactly, I can say, smooth. Like I said, this is a little thicker, not quite as wet as I normally would whip up, especially for a straight razor shave, or shavette shave as far as that goes. When it comes to these kind of shaves, slickness is king. So even if the some of those, sometimes if the lather looks kind of thin in thickness, I guess you might say, it's probably because I got too much water in it, or for me, it's got plenty of water. Water helps with the slickness. We'll see how this one goes. It seemed like when I was testing this a little bit, it seemed like this edge was going to be okay, but not too sure. I would have to say it's better. Yeah, it's cutting because there's wiping over here on the damp towel, and there's whiskers over here. It's there. It's cutting. It's just not. It's almost there, but not quite. I'll probably have to send it out. Matter of fact, I think I am. Rather than to continue on. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab this, finish this. It's the first time shaving with it, it was wasn't all that comfortable. Was not an enjoyable shave. Not interested in doing another one like that, in other words. I do have another straight razor shave lined up, and it is a Ralph Ost. Pretty sure that edge is going to be alright. It should be. Yeah, I'm pretty picky when it comes to edges. In other words, why go through a tough, uncomfortable shave if you don't have to? And the person I send my razors out to, which will probably, as soon as I find a box to put them all in, because I've got more than one I want to send to. I send them to Frank, Strike Gold Shave. That's where I send my straight razors to. For me, Frank has always done a good job. Not only doing a good job putting an edge on there, it's an edge that I like, that works well for me. And edges are so subjective, just really subjective. What may work for me may not work for you. And that's pretty much how I look at it. It's about like soap scents. So finding a person that puts an edge on your straight razor the way you like it could be very much hit miss. There was one time and I talked to Frank about the edge that was on a particular straight razor. Matter of fact, it was the gold dollar. Gosh, I wanted to say 69. I can't remember exactly what the model number is. It's the one that looks like a custom shaver. That particular shaver is stainless steel. The edge, the metal is, as opposed to carbon. And it's not the easiest to put an edge on. Not only that, to me the shave feels different than if it's just a carbon steel. And he was kind enough to work on the edge a little bit more for me. I think I'm going to send those razors out tomorrow. Tomorrow being Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. It's much smoother. By the way, in case I forgot to mention, the edge is a blade on this one here is a gem blade that's Teflon coated PTFE, I think is what they refer to it as. When I got these from Ted Pelham. Got a couple of hundred of them. This blade here, as well as boy, this shaving cream is awfully good though. I'm telling you, I could go with that right there. The slickness is really nice. Nice. To me, Crown King, that formula works really well. Lose track of what I was talking about, huh? Get distracted with the soap, the lather. No, I was talking about Frank. Frank, I guess you might say our relationship goes back quite a ways. Not only for straight razors, but soap and aftershaves. I really like this razor. Oh, treat blades. That's the other one that I really do like, that works well for me. Treat supers. I don't have as many treat supers, but don't really feel much of a need to get very many more of those. I mean, at the moment, until I start getting kind of low again with these Teflon coated ones. For me, this blade works really well. Treat Supers were the first one that I found that worked really well. They were just awesome. Some other shavers, single edge shavers that I was using, made a world of difference in how the shave went. I have tried the PAA blue carbon ones. I can make do with it, but it's not a real comfortable shave for me. And I think that also, to be honest with you, has a lot to do with your beard type on how well the shave will go for you. And the worst part about it is when I get closer to my chin area and up underneath the chin, up underneath there, with that PAA blue carbon, it would just, if my face, if I didn't have weepers, it would be very tender, very sore right there. And not something I enjoy. So the way I look at it, if you're not enjoying your shave, then you probably ought to do something different instead of just continuing on with it. In that blade there, it's better than what it was yesterday, but after going through the shave yesterday, just not interested in doing that again today. I'll just have to be patient and wait for the blade to come back. I was really excited. I really wanted to give it a good try. My Ralph Aust I got through Maggart's, so I'm kind of hoping that the edge is okay on that one there. At least that's the hope. I would like to say it may be I'm also picky and or maybe just spoiled from what Frank's done for me in the past. Because the edges he puts on the edges he puts on those blades are pretty darn sharp. So if you ever shave with a feather blade, whether it's a double edge or a single edge, and you like a feather super, very sharp. That's where I relate those edges to. Work well for me. Maybe when I get a bit older, maybe some of these whiskers will lighten up a little bit, but right now they're pretty tough. Boy, I tell you what though, this witch hazel, they did a good job setting this one up as it goes for the moisturizing properties of this particular witch hazel. I'll still put a link down below so that you can look at the information about this particular witch hazel. It is rose scented, you can smell it. I don't feel like it interferes with the aftershave. I don't notice it, somebody else might. Smell the rose along with the aftershave. I know I don't. My nose just doesn't pick it up after I put the aftershave on. But right now, if you just wanted to leave with the witch hazel on, it doesn't stick around that long, I don't think. The other day when I was testing it out, didn't really notice it that long. In other words, I don't even know if it lasted 15 minutes, but that's my nose. And my nose is not the best in the world. Good stuff right here, I'm telling you. This is Clubman Bay rum. Just awesome. Tony's outside right now. I can hear him barking. Camera probably didn't pick it up because it's a very light sound. But he's barking at something out there. So I'm going to have to go ahead and wrap this up here pretty quick so I can let him in. Because it's just now going on 5 o'clock in the morning. Neighbors probably are not ready to get up just yet. Even though I started out with a straight razor, finished up with a single edge gem, still had a great shave. Boy, my face feels wonderful. Great shave today. It'll probably be late today before I get this thing uploaded, but I hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and healthy. Smooth shaves to you.